What's up, guys? This is Bullvyi the Fellhanded. Today we have a little bit of a late upload, but you know what? Better late than never. We are on Ardennes with none other than Spartan Elite43. I was just discussing how much I do not like this map with him, and then of course we get loaded into it. That being said, there's not so much. The beginning, you see there's tactics. We have a plan. We're going to flank. And then about mid-game, I just kind of run around panicking, shooting at anything that moves. So, you know, a boxer once said that everybody has a plan until they've been hit. And I would like to think that mid-game is definitely our hit. Because we were both just running and gunning through the forest of Ardennes the entire game, more or less. Well, you know, at least until we get killed, that is. Now, moving on. The greens have taken the southeast spawn, and the reds have taken the northeast spawn. I myself am in a Batchat 25T. Spartan Elite is in a TVP, the Tier 10 Czech Republic auto-loading vehicle. So, actually, I don't actually know if the Czech Republic made that. It might have been Czechoslovakian before. Anyway, sorry, history. Moving on. So right now, you know, we do not currently have any shots. There's a lot of things, a lot of hills and whatnot blocking us, but we're just going to keep moving. We spot this poor soul right here, and just two autoloaders versus a guy camping. I mean, it's not even funny. You know, we're just commenting on how unlucky that poor soul was, that we just walked up to him and clipped him out and just, you know, kept going like no big deal. And that's, you know, that's the reality of it. I mean, obviously, if that was 2 versus 1 in a non-auto loading situation, he would have, you know, gotten a shot or two in. But the bottom line is, he would have still lost. We would have taken some health damage. But, you know, when you have the alpha and the shells of the Batchat, and then the literal DPM of the TVP, which has the fastest firing rate of any autoloader, you know, it spells your destruction, essentially. Okay, guys, moving on. It looks like we have a Batchat 25 AP up here. Put a round in him right there, and he just ducked right down behind the cover as soon as I fired, and it derped. And then we put a couple more rounds in and finished him off there. I have, you know, a couple of good perks on this tank's skills, so, you know, I can once I get within a certain range, I can pretty much assured I'll get my clutch shots in. If you are being circled, though, I highly recommend no scoping, because that way you'll actually connect with him. If you just auto lock, you know, unless you have a very, very high velocity weapon, you are going to miss pretty much every single shot. That being said, okay, so moving on, we're reloading here. The gun's almost hot. We're forming up with Double D here, and we're going to push the center of town. And so far, we've just been, you know, parasitic. Just anything that's slipping, we just burn it down. So I kind of pulled out here a little too much. Put a round in the back of this IS-7. He's trying to get away. I keep tracking him, and then Double D finishes him off. Got a couple rounds left, and you know, there's no sense to waste them. We go ahead and finish that gentleman off. So now the gun is back down. We still haven't lost a lick of health, and you know, we've got 12 pins plus a couple of good track assists. You know, you always want to go for that assist damage. It doesn't really help you on the back end of the Win 8, but it does help you towards getting marks of excellence. The third one on this tank I may never see. So moving on. We're back at it again. We fall back and we are repositioning, and as you can see, there's no you know, definitive tactic. We are essentially just roaming around, preying on the weak and the distracted. That is 90% of my job description in this tank. Got a hearse back here. Gosh darn it, he's looking right at me. I was kind of hoping I would peel around the corner, he wouldn't be looking at me, or, you know, he would be distracted or what have you. I don't know. So this guy is not getting the picture. I'm telling him to move so I can spray on his enemy. He's just not getting it, so I've got to make my own luck here. I put a round in his hatch. And now I'm empty, and I'm like, oh, well, time for me to leave. He puts a round in me, and he is just on my 6. But I'm keeping a good eye on my thing here. I pull around the corner, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I am driving in front of a hearse. Please don't. So I'm shucking and jiving right there. He puts one in my tracks, and then I come around the corner, and I'm like, wow, okay, I have made loads of bad ideas because this E100 almost rammed me. I was laughing myself to death in that situation, but I keep going because you know what, I am not a fan. You saw, I mean, they were just, I think the Hundo took a clutch shot at me, but I would more or less likely be gone by the time he even gets a gun on me. I mean, you know, in theory. So I have to be kind of cautious because they're still looking at me. This is the gentleman that I should have killed a minute ago. Put one in his track. There's nothing I can hit of him. There's nothing I can hit of him, and I am kind of on a time constraint because somebody just shot at me from my 6. I don't even think I noticed that in game. I was so focused on this guy right here. But I know enough to where I know I need to get the heck out of here, because there are people whom my death is clearly on their mind right now. And that's, you know, guys, this is a central medium tanking right here. You know, you need to keep moving. You don't need to stop. You need to keep moving. You need to reload. You need to keep everything moving. And that is the key to successful bat chatting. Now you'll notice I did not do a tactical reload after I killed that gentleman because I saw this guy really close and I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and give this guy 3 of my finest rounds and then I'm going to get out. I tried to aim it in and then I realized the gun was a little wonky, so I just went ahead and unlocked the turret, put a round in him, and it went into his tracks. And I'm like, well, I am kind of in trouble now. So he put a round in me, and I am his new fascination because this guy ends up killing me, but I think he literally follows me across the entire board, which in a vengeance versus a bat chat is no small feat. Ooh, about to flip it over there. So I'm going right through the center of the city here, and my plan is to take down this tortoise they have over here, or excuse me, this whatever it is. Anyway, I kill him, and then I immediately get killed by the vengeance. So that's, you know, that's my luck. So I died, you know, not necessarily last, but pretty close. In a perfect world, I would be the last one to be killed because, you know, never give up the fight. But, you know, it's okay. We lost, but what are you going to do? We had a good game, though. We did a lot of damage, 5,782 damage with 509 assists, so we had a very good game. Spartan Elite did very well as well. We both did pretty good. I mean, we just went out there and we made things happen. And sometimes, guys, that's what you have to end up doing in a game, is you can't wait for, you know, somebody to trundle across your gun sight. You have to go out there and you have to make it happen. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Check my description box down below to see some other YouTubers very, very close to my same content. We'll see you guys next time.